All right, so this is not going to be a fun video. In fact, this is very upsetting. So let's start with the most recent and we'll work our way back.
Shortly after 8:30 this morning, we responded to a stabbing here in Wellesley Road, Croydon. Our officers were on scene within 2 minutes of the call being received. They provided emergency first aid along with paramedics from the London Ambulance Service and the London Air Ambulance. Sadly, despite their efforts, a 15-year-old girl died at the scene. This is every parent's worst nightmare, and I know the officers who responded this morning, along with our emergency service colleagues, are devastated at the victim's death. This is an emotion I share, and I know people across Croydon will be feeling the same. The victim's family has been informed, and our thoughts are with them at what must be an incredibly difficult time. We carried out urgent inquiries to find the suspect, and within 75 minutes of the incident happening, a 17-year-old boy was arrested in New Addington.
Wow, what a familiar story that is. A woman rejecting a man and then dying. Seems to be a trend in this country/world where women, anytime they interact with a man, there is a non-zero chance that they will get murdered for the crime of rejecting a man. Just like last month here in America, we had a situation with a woman named Roe who was hit in the head with a brick because she rejected a man's advances. And I don't know if you understand that getting hit with a brick in the head is attempted murder. He tried to kill a woman because she rejected his advances. This is a story as old as time. We literally have countless examples of this happening. And every time it happens to a woman, it will always be a man doing it. This level of violence is almost exclusively males. We are the problem. And I do not want to hear any of you guys talking about, well, it's not all men, it's not all of us. Then why is it every time it happens to a woman, it's a man doing it? Why is it every time? Every single time it's a man. With Roe, it was with a man. Tory Lanez shot Meg Thee Stallion. With this woman, it was with a man. It is always with a man. It is men being unable to handle a woman telling them no. And you want to know why they can't handle that? It is because these men subscribe to the manosphere. They subscribe to these red pill content creators. Oh, talking about red pill? Of course we are. This is their impact. When you have rhetoric from people like Andrew Tate, like Sneeko, like the Fresh and Fit podcast, where they tell you consistently that women are garbage, that women are objects to be won, that women have no agency, they're after your money, they're gold diggers, they're soul suckers, they have such high body counts, they're not worth anything but their bodies, they're worthless. When you have that happen, this is the outcome. This will always be the outcome. Look what happened with Sneeko when he met his 12-year-old fans, the shit that they were saying. Even if they don't fully realize what they were saying, they were already regurgitating and ingesting that sort of rhetoric.
Fuck the woman, fuck the woman.
What? No, wait. We love women. We love women.
But not like transgenders.
Yes, sir. We love everybody. No.
All gays should die.
Yeah, merch, preach. What have I done?
At 12 years old, you had a kid murder a girl for rejecting her. When is it going to be enough? When is it going to be enough? When are we actually going to look at these red pill podcasters, these manosphere guys, as the domestic terrorists that they are? When are we going to do that? This has been a problem, an escalating problem that's largely been going ignored outside of a select few people and spaces on the internet. We don't have mainstream coverage of this. We ignore it all the time. In fact, anytime there is a woman as a victim, we do our damnedest to make sure that they're not the actual real victims. When a woman gets assaulted, a la Brock Turner case, oh, boys will be boys. Oh, we want to ruin his future, so we're going to give him a slap on the wrist. When you create a society in which most victims of SA are female and they do not see justice, you are creating a culture that enables and supports that because there's no significant repercussion for that. Again, the guy got maybe his feelings hurt. He ended her life. She will no longer have life. She's done. Her parents sent her kid to school, never got it back, put it back in a fucking body bag. Why? Because we are having young men getting radicalized, especially young white men being radicalized on the internet by these awful, terrible men who cannot have meaningful relationships with anyone. All the relationship advice they talk about is transactional. If someone's not doing something for you, fuck them. That is not a healthy mindset. That does not create a healthy environment. If everyone's transactional, that means everyone's a commodity. If everyone's a commodity, they're not people. And if they're not people, they are objects. And what do we do with objects? We dispose of them. When they do not serve a purpose, when they're not acting the way they need to act, we dispose of them. We treat women as disposable objects all the fucking time. We literally have mythology, we have myths in which women get punished for shit happening to them. Depending on your version of the Medusa story, she was going to get assaulted, ran into temple of Athena, got assaulted, and Athena punishes her because she broke her vow of chastity. Even though she was assaulted, I believe, by Poseidon. You have this myth of Cassandra, who rejected Apollo and was cursed with the curse of no one believing her. No one believing her prophecies. And what was her crime? Rejecting a man. Sensing the theme there, anytime women reject men, there's a chance of physical harm to befall them. That's insane. We as men have to do better. There's no more of this not all men thing. Women are literally dying by the hands of men. And for you guys who are, oh, men are victims too. Yeah, by fucking other men. Who do you think is assaulting other men at a higher rate? It's men. It's always men. Because we promote violence. We like the violence. We say it's manly. That's masculine. Ooh, we're big, strong men. We love doing that shit. We love it. And the men who don't participate in that are ostracized. They're feminine. They're soft boys. They're soy boys. They're not real men. And then these men who are defining what masculinity is are so fucking toxic that they don't even have healthy relationships with other men. Oh man, my blood pressure is skyrocketing. And if you're not upset enough, here's just some other shit that's been happening to women by the hands of men. Here you go. Have fun. There is no benefit for women to interact with men. There is none. Heterosexual women, sorry, you're trapped. There is a unbelievable chance that if a woman interacts with a man, that there's a chance that he's going to kill her. And I know people are going to say, well, that's not, always the outcome, but it happens enough. It happens enough for it to be an actual concern. So when I see guys on the internet trying to downplay every time a woman says that she feels uncomfortable because a man is catcalling, looking at her, approaching her, but, oh, well, men can't say nice things to women. I want you to understand something. I want you to understand that to women, we are bears and they are doused in honey. Okay? We have created such an unsafe environment for half of the world's population that they have to do buddy systems. They have to carry mace. They have to walk in large groups. They cannot walk alone at night without the threat of a man attacking them. They can't even go out to clubs without men harassing them. We've made women so uncomfortable. And then we have the fucking audacity to say shit like, well, if you let fear run your life, then you'll never accomplish anything. Or, you shouldn't judge men like that because sometimes women do it too. It is nowhere near the same. I cannot stress this enough. We as men are not in fear of women. We do not fear women. And on a whole, we don't even fucking respect them. We don't fear them because we know and they know we can hurt them. Did you guys watch the Barbie movie? If you didn't, go see it. I have a review on it. Go watch it. But there's a part in the Barbie movie where their men are looking at her and people are looking at Ken, and Ken feels empowered and he feels happy. And then Barbie said something along the lines of, she got the vaguest hint of the act of like a threat of violence from these men.
I don't know the word for it, but I'm conscious that it's myself that I'm conscious of.
I'm not getting any of that. I feel what can only be described as admired, but not ogled. And there's no undertone of violence.
Mine very much has an undertone of violence.
That's how women operate through this world. That is the default they have to live by to be safe. Because again, if they reject us, we kill them. We kill them. We say that women can't control their emotions. They're overly emotional. Yet your little fragile masculinity shatters and you kill women because they said no to you. Because you think you are entitled to women and their time and their bodies. That you wrapped up your sense of self and your ability to get women. And you again are listening to these men who are the worst people to listen to. They are telling you lies. All those red pillars, those grifters, they are telling you lies. And we know those are lies because every time someone tries to apply what they say to their relationships, if they're lucky enough to be in one, it fails. I just saw a video today where a woman was literally talking about how her boyfriend started listening to red pill things and within a month they broke up.
So my boyfriend turned red pill, and at this point we haven't spoke for about a month, and I can't cope with the fact that someone who I saw is so compassionate and thoughtful and intelligent, so caring and open-minded, just completely did a 180. He was asking for, I felt like it just wasn't enough. I still don't understand what he was asking for because these types of women that red pill podcast men talk shit about, like, I don't have a lot in common with. It just wasn't gonna work for them because I was too American and I didn't understand, and the women overseas are better, and it just really broke my heart. It broke my heart so bad. And it got to the point where my family witnessed it firsthand, like what they were doing, and that's when it ended.
Within a month. Because red pill rhetoric is bullshit. It is only there to make you view women as objects. It is not there to help you. It is harmful. It is leading to the deaths of women. Worldwide, might I add you, that sort of mentality where you see women not as people but objects and second-class citizens, that mentality is why femicide is such a huge problem all over the world. Mexico, Africa, Asia, literally all over the world. Women are constantly being treated like shit by men, and whether it's physical harassment, sexual harassment, physical assault, murder. Wasn't there just a story of a police officer who committed his ex-girlfriend? Isn't there a history of men in the past sending women to asylums under the hysteria? Because she's getting into independence. She's not happy with the role that society has saddled upon her. We have been treating women like garbage. And now women are finally, slowly, starting to say, we don't like that. And you know what the pushback is? They get murdered. I see so many people try to offer them advice. Well, what did she say? Maybe she should have done this. Maybe she should have worn that. How about we deal with the fucking men doing this? Why don't we focus on the men for once? People are coming reports like, oh, well, men haven't been this lonely in ages. Gee, I wonder why. Is it because they're so incapable of holding a relationship with another human being unless it's transactional that women don't want to be around them? And instead of them working on themselves, they blame women. It's always women's fault, by the way. It's never the fault of the men. It's not that you have no personality. It's not that you feel so entitled to women's bodies that the mere presence of you should have them throwing themselves at you. It's not the fact that you think that if you go to the gym and just work out and make money that women would automatically love you. No, it's not that. It's the fact that these women are gold diggers and they only want money, and they only go after these men because they're chads and they're shallow and they're this and then that. Meanwhile, these are the same people who are judging women by this impossible standard. And if a woman doesn't live up to that 24/7, she's a whore, she's not worthy, she's not wife material, her body count's too high, all that shit. All of that shit. None of that is helpful at all. Look at your idols. Look at your Andrew Tate. Look at your Fresh and Fits. Where are their relationships? Where are their wives at? Where are their girlfriends at? Where are they? Where is any red pill's girlfriend? Where is that? How's that relationship look? Is it transactional? Oh, they're around a bunch of women. Are they paying to be on those women? Are the women only there for financial gain? Do the women have any interest in them? Oh, but they're on these podcasts, and all these girls that they have to seek out and ask, they DM them to come on the show to make fun of them because these men have no talent and they have no ability to talk to women. And their inability to talk to women is being messaged to these men in terms of these women are bad. Not that they need to work on themselves. I am just a guy. I'm just one man on the internet. I'm a cis male. I love women. I'm a heterosexual male. I'm in a relationship. And I'm this frustrated. I am this upset. And this doesn't even physically affect me. I'm not the victim here. Yet I'm this upset. So now I want you to imagine how upset women are. How upset they must be that men like me have to speak to other men because those men will not listen to them. And what are they asking for? To not be fucking murdered. And that's too much. They're asking to be treated like people. They're asking to respect their autonomy. They're asking not to objectify them when they don't want to be objectified. They're asking not to treat them like fucking children. And we take that as, oh, you don't be treated as children? Okay, well, I'm going to assault you because I would assault a man. What the fuck kind of logic is that? What is that? Why is anytime women want equal rights, it's always violence? Oh, you want equal rights? Okay, I should beat you up. What the fuck is wrong with you? We have a serious problem. We have a fucking serious problem. Men are the biggest threat to not only other men, but women. We are teaching these young boys, we are radicalizing them, teaching them that emotional maturity and intelligence is bad. And you have these men who are so emotionally stunted that the idea of a woman rejecting them warrants murder. Maybe you guys haven't been listening to me for however the fuck long I'm making this video. I'm sorry, this is a rant. I'm not editing this down. Women get murdered. Dead, killed, unalived, if this is for TikTok, for rejecting men. That is fucking insane.